Hey everybody, welcome to 1492 Landback Lane. This is Skylar Williams, and I really want to send a big thank you out to everybody that's doing what you guys are doing to make sure that the word's getting out, that everybody understands what it is our fight is here. Because it's been 127 days today, and so now the snow's starting to fly, and we're starting to hunker in for the winter. It's going to be a long winter, but I know that we're going to be able to do it with the help of our friends, with the help of this unity that's being built across the country, across all of Turtle Island. And so I want to send a huge thank you to Nyawa from all the Haudenosaunee people here at Six Nations who are in this fight for the long haul. These lands have been ours for the last 10,000 years. And so for the last 500 to see these governments and these settlers come in and try and divide our people the way that they have, they've put us on these reservations to make sure that our voices couldn't be heard. And so now for our people to be able to come together in the way that we are and lift each other's voices up and amplify each other to the way that we have been for the last little bit here, it's been an amazing thing for us. And to still, when we see those calls out for action across the country, we see all of these people that know who we are, that understand what it is that we're fighting for. I can't say enough about how grateful I am to be part of this and part of this unity fire that's going on across all of Turtle Island right now. And I want to send a huge nyawa to all of you, because it lifts us up and amplifies us in ways that I never had any idea we could possibly have going on right now in Six Nations. So I want to say thank yous to all of you. Thanks, guys.
Love y'all. Be kind to each other.
Proud Haudenosaunee from Six Nations. Phil Davis, everybody. Good medicine for us. Phil and I both got arrested by the Ontario Provincial Police. We believe for doing the right thing, which was going to play some music and deliver a little bit of food to the land keepers at 1492 Landback Lane in Caledonia, Ontario. The idea that we were arrested, I was arrested right here at my front door, and it's because of a deadly combination of hate, impatience, and greed, and for no other reason. That's why this conflict is going on, everybody. I'd like now to introduce somebody who's an inspiration to everybody in Canada. Best-selling author, a worldwide bookseller, I'd have to say. The writer of Seven Fallen Feathers. If you haven't read it, please read it. Contributor recently to the Globe and Mail, and all-round loving heart. Let's have a few words from Tanya Talaga now, please.
Buzu anin Tanya Talaga Nagisnakas. Kamusko Pumosijat Pineshish Nagisnakas. Hi everyone. I just want to send a message saying that I'm thinking about you, and Ontario and Canada needs to give the land back. Honor the 1784 Haldimand Proclamation. It's time. Respect the treaties. Treaties built this country. Give the land back.
Thank you, Tanya. There's a lot of people that wanted to contribute to this. I know that we've reached out to supporters of 1492 Land Back Lane, people like Colin James and Bruce Coburn, mostly musicians, because that's a circle that I travel in. But the impact of what is happening out in Caledonia isn't something that is just a regional issue. It's not something for Haldimand County itself. It's not something that will spread to Hamilton, Wentworth. It's actually moving right across North America. San Francisco, friends in San Francisco. And I would like to take us right now to Nashville, Tennessee. I would like to take us to our friend Colin Linden, who's been paying attention to what's going on here in Ontario. So here's a little clip from Nashville, Tennessee of Colin Linden for us.
Hi everybody, this is Colin Linden in Nashville, Tennessee, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm with you in heart and in spirit for Unity Fire today. You can hear that whistle blowing all over town. You can hear that whistle blowing all over town. Everybody knows that my baby's blind forever bound. When she left this morning, I couldn't even say a word. When she left this morning, I couldn't even say a word. It was nothing that she knew, just something that she thought she heard. Well, there's no good place to have the blues. There's no good place to have the blues. Oh, but here in Espanola, everybody sees right through you. I can hear them whisper, they might as well shout out loud. I can hear them whisper, they might as well shout out loud. Nobody wants to know you when your baby's blind, forever bound.
That's Colin Linden all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, everybody, giving us a little bit of love and showing his support from the Deep South for 1492 Land Back Lane. The reason why we're doing this was inspired by my neighbor Jennifer and her friend, or not her friend, her husband Joda, who I looked across the street here, and on the side of their beautiful Volvo SUV, they have land back written on it. And to be able to see that in my neighborhood here in Hamilton, I thought, oh my God, this movement is actually having an effect, not only here in Hamilton, as I said, not only in Haldimand County are people talking about this, but we have fires going on from Vancouver to Nova Scotia, all the way down to Tennessee. We have people recognizing the importance of land back and what this means, not only to this country, but to all the people in Canada. We have to unite, and this is one step towards it. At this time, I'd like to introduce my own inspiration and my neighbor, Jennifer, to give us a land acknowledgement, please.
Greetings, Ani, Yaman, bonjour, hello. I just want to stand here on this piece of Amelia Street and acknowledge that though this is the Curran's driveway, that this is Indigenous land. That we stand here upon land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Treaty, which was a promise between settlers, between the Crown and Indigenous peoples who are sovereign on this land, to share, to eat together from one dish with one spoon. And right now at this time when we see that that is not happening, for people like me, I'm a settler, I'm a second generation immigrant, I'm of Hungarian and Chinese origin, and for me, this awareness that this land is Indigenous land, that we are adjacent to the Haldimand Tract Treaty, which is supposed to mean something, a treaty which was an agreement to honor and protect the land of the Haudenosaunee people. So I just want to acknowledge that that is where we are, even though we are on a street, even though we are on a place where it's in the middle of Hamilton. We need to remember that below our feet and all around us is a very present colonial history, and we acknowledge this land, and we thank the land defenders and the people who have protected us, who have protected this land for our use, our enjoyment, the enjoyment of future generations. But moreover, we acknowledge that this land is hurting right now, and that there's current and ever-present colonial injustices that are happening today. So it's with that acknowledgement that we proceed in this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. That was emotional and very powerful. Thank you. As just pointed out by Phil, that right behind me is the Niagara Escarpment, which 10,000 years ago we would have been standing in a lake. But we weren't here. But 10,000 years ago, the Iroquois were living just at the top of this escarpment, prospering, living, feeding one another, and enjoying life on this lake. This song was written by my son, just about 30 feet away from here in my living room. And it comes with the question, why are all the people in power leading with the money in their pockets rather than the love in their hearts? The answer is because the people who lead with the love in their hearts get put in jail or get nailed to a cross or get a bullet put in their heads. Can you hear me calling for my one true love? Praying to the skies and the heavens above. I'm a big chief climbing on a mountain. I see the war. I see the war in the sky up top. I see the war and I want it to stop. Now There's a spirit in the river and a spirit in the tree. A price on my head that brings them after me. I'm a wanted man born of the water and the wood. I'm a big chief trying to do some good, but I'll be hung before I'm understood. And I want to dance through the flowers on the grass. Yes, I'm gonna dance away the war with you. Oh, the night keeps falling and the wagons come. 3,000 miles with no place to run. From Caledonia to Wounded Knee, I can't believe what they've done to me, what they've done to my children and me. And I wanna dance through the flowers on the grass. Yes, I'm gonna dance away the war with you. Yeah, I'm gonna dance this war away. Well, there's a spirit in the land, but it's hard to find. There's walls and bridges and long gray lines. The shadows stretch across a world anew. Is all hope died? Oh, baby, I think of you and all the things that we used to do. I wanna dance through the flowers and on the grass. Yes, I'm gonna dance away the war with you. I'm gonna dance this war away. Thank you. Behind me. As I said, a lot of people wanted to be here with us. Some people are way too far away. Some people are in the United States. We're going to get a few moments, some recordings that we have from Stephen Page, from one time from the Bare Naked Ladies, now a fantastic solo artist, playwright, Janet Rogers, Six Nations poet, laureate at McMaster University, and also Bernie Finkelstein, who is a cornerstone founder of the Canadian music industry, the manager of Bruce Cockburn, and in Bruce Cockburn's absence, we're going to have Bernie Finkelstein, which is fantastic. So could you please roll those clips for me now? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Stephen Page, and as I stand here on the ancestral lands of the Haudenosaunee, I stand in solidarity with those at 1492 Landback Lane and with all Indigenous sovereignty across Turtle Island. Be strong, keep those fires burning.
cancel through the lead. Can't wash red blood off the white man's head. No, you can't. Try to make you people understand. That's why they call it home and native land. Give it all back, just take it away. Don't you take it away. The 6 mile each side of the river. The 6 mile each side of the river, sending shivers down your spine. Yeah, I'm just asking for what's mine.
Because we are a nation of people unto ourselves, and the quicker that Canada and Ontario and certainly Haldimand County gets the understanding that that's the case. You know, we won't have to be out here on these roads, we won't have to be in these fields, we won't have to be in these bush trying to stand up for our children's inherent rights to these lands.
You spread like cancer through the lead. Can't wash red blood off the white man's head. Just in case you didn't hear me. Try to make your people understand. That's why they call it home and native land. The 6 mile each side of the river. 6 mile each side of the river. 6 mile each side of the river. Give it all back, just take it away. Don't you take it away.
This land was given to the Mohawk for the loyalty and for the defense of Canada, the War of 1812. We would expect Canada to live up to the treaties and to the commitments.
6 mile each side of the river. 6 mile each side of the river, sending shivers down your spine. Yeah, I'm just asking for what's mine, yeah. 6 mile each side of the river. 6 mile each side of the river.
'Cause I'm deaf to your lies, occupied by the coming generation's cries. A word to the wise, I'm gonna advise that y'all just mission abort, 'cause this fort is on lockdown.
Yeah, we'll go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi everyone, Sego. My name is Janet Rogers and I'm Mohawk Tuscarora. I'm a proud member of the Six Nations of the Grand River community. I burn medicine every day thinking about our brothers and sisters, our cousins and all our relatives who are out there fighting the good fight on the land in this reclamation movement. And I'm so very happy that we are all lighting a unity fire today, because it's within the unity that is holding the power. And unity seems to be one of those things that the so-called bodies of authority can't seem to crack. So to that end, I say keep that shit up. I'm very, very pleased that we are finding power within our unity and strength and all of the things that we need within our unity. We are helping one another through this fight and through all of our fights across all of our territories. So thanks, and everybody stay well. Power to the people. Nyawagoa.
Hi, it's Bernie Finkelstein here, and I just want to say that I'm in full support of land defenders. So thanks for listening, and thanks for working at it, and good luck with the whole movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernie. It's always good to hear from you, Stephen Page and Janet Rogers. My notes are getting all wet. It's really, there's a lot of, I don't know if it's freezing rain or snow or what the hell's coming down, but it's coming down here, and it's coming down on 1492 Landback Lane. And I just want to let you know that supporters are not, once again, are coming from all around the community, bringing firewood and winter clothes, because if the Canadian government does not step in and help this situation out, and negotiate this, and come with the love in their hearts instead of the money in their pockets to pay people off, then those land defenders are staying there. They're staying there through a very cold winter. And we have to listen to one another. Yesterday, on the lines, the front lines of 1492 Landback Lane, the people of Caledonia and the land defenders met on that line. And I only saw it on Twitter, and it was an emotional moment. And it was a win for the people, not for the politicians in Caledonia and Haldimand County. It was a win for the people, not for the developers and their greed. It was a win for the people who got to speak to one another and see each other face to face. And I talked to Skylar Williams early today, and I said, "Hey buddy, you won yesterday." And he says, "That's right. It was a big moment." And people could feel that. These are the kind of things that are important to our country. These are the things that are going to make us a better Canada. We have to listen to one another. We have to listen to each other's stories. Years ago, when Gord Downie wrote The Secret Path, people were saying, well, how come a white guy is telling an Indigenous story? And I defended him. And I told the people about him that everybody has to tell each other stories. It's the only way we're going to understand one another. So Gord Downie telling that story was important. And once the colonial world and once the Indigenous world start to speak to each other clearly and start to listen to each other and hear one another, then we're going to have a better place to live. I think that we can all agree with that. We live in the greatest country in the world, but we do have to fix it. It's not like it doesn't go overlooked. We're going to throw to another wonderful clip of Ben Kaplan right now. Ben Kaplan grew up here on this street that I'm standing on and is out in Nova Scotia right now, and was one of the first people that we called on to help us out here. Do we have a clip for Ben? We don't have a clip for Ben. Hello? Oh, is he coming live? Ben Kaplan coming live all the way from Nova Scotia. Wonderful.
Hello. Am I live? It's an honor and a privilege to be participating in this event. I want to acknowledge that I live and work and make my home on the traditional territory of the Mi'kmaq people in Mi'kma'ki. And, this struggle that's going on in Ontario, as many people have referenced, is not just a local issue. It's something across Canada, from Wet'suwet'en to Mi'kma'ki. And, there really are some very deep structural problems. I mean, the Six Nations in Hamilton brought a case to the Supreme Court of Canada in 1995. And 25 years later, we're still waiting for that court date to be set. And in this country, we have this status quo system where, while we wait for the Supreme Court to hear the arguments in favor of justice with relation to holding up these treaties in Ontario, the developers have been given the opportunity to continue to exploit the status quo, to exploit the situation of not acknowledging and holding the space and the rights for the rightful owners of this land. And it's a very similar system, similar problem going on in Nova Scotia right now. In 1990, we had the Marshall decision that was very clear from the top court of our land that the Mi'kmaq fishers had a right to fish these waters of Mi'kma'ki for a moderate livelihood. And again, 20 years later, 30 years later, we're seeing that the DFO, the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, is refusing to acknowledge that Supreme Court ruling and is continuing to harass fishers, as are the local fishers who have been acting absolutely like terrorists, burning private property, while the RCMP literally stand by and watch. Literally stand by and watch. So this is a massive structural problem from coast to coast. There's something that we need to do something about. And so I'm just here to lend my voice in support of the landholders and to encourage everybody to get involved. It's important that everybody here has shown up today. I encourage you to do more than show up. If you can become more engaged as an activist, to show up physically to support the land back movement and to give money. If you can't show up, then money is a good alternative. And I'm going to play a song for you as well. This is an older tune of mine called Birds with Broken Wings. And it's a song that I wrote thinking about the deep importance of being able to publicly change one's mind when new information comes to light, when we discover our biases and these problems, how important it is to be able to take a different course. I almost forgot to plug my guitar in. There we go. Bring me birds with broken wings, men with all the answers, people who have killed. Give me incurable cancers, bring me beaches slicked in oil, give me disregard for doubt. Streetlights shine on broken roads where no one is about. I want that hopeless green depression, punishments without a cause. Give me impotent obsession, the disregard for laws. I want the trees in single file, bring the corpse of something rare. Show me children who are sinners, show me mounds of human hair. I climbed up the mountain just to kill my son. An angel tried to stop me with a ram. Well, he said your mind's infected, but I said you lack perspective. You've got to walk the bottom if you want to see the top. La da da da, 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 la da da da. Give me poison I can swim in, water I can't drink. Wheels that won't stop spinning, teach my children not to think. I want the fruit that tastes like nothing, extra thumbs for every crook. Give me lessons without questions, a mild disdain for books. Give me metaphors unraveled, poetry defined. Bring me the head of Dionysus, but please don't spell out the wine. Trade the future for the present, trade me ashes for my history. I don't need to look inside, I know the answer to the mystery. I climbed up the mountain just to kill my son. An angel tried to stop me with a ram. Well, he said your mind's infected, but I said you lack perspective. You've got to walk the bottom if you want to see the top. La da da da, 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 la da da da. Oh, I know they call me crazy. There will be no turning back. I don't care if things get ugly. Once the word of God is spoken, there's no way to take it back. Oh, I climbed up the mountain just to kill my son. An angel tried to stop me with a ram. Well, he said your mind's infected, but I said you lack perspective. You've got to walk the bottom if you want to see the top.
Friend and neighbor Ben Kaplan all the way from Nova Scotia. Good to see you, Ben, and thank you very much. Okay. We're going to have a few more clips here. We're going to have Phil Davis come and say a few words about the medicines we're going to put into the fire. He's going to talk a little bit about the healing that we all need to do. Right now, a friend, an advocate for the indigenous world, for all nations, somebody who is wise, and it's an honor to call him my friend. We're going to hear from Jesse Wente right now.
Ani Bojo, my name is Jesse Wente. I'm Anishinaabe, and I'm a member of the Serpent River First Nation, and I stand in solidarity with the land keepers at 1492 Land Back Lane, today and every day, and with land keepers protecting our lands and our waters all across Turtle Island. Show your support with the hashtag 1492 Land Back Lane. Chi Miigwech.
This event is happening right now on the eve of a week of action. Indigenous folks from across Turtle Island, from coast to coast to coast, from Secwepemc and the Tiny House Warriors, the Wet'suwet'en, all the way to the East Coast, to the Mi'kmaq. This is going to be a week where grassroots Indigenous land defenders, their allies, their supporters, communities come together to try and just bring awareness and take action upon many of these injustices that we have been seeing before us. Whether it's lobster, whether it's moose, whether it's a pipeline, there is such a need for us to speak out and to do something. So we are having this event, we're having this sacred fire, and there are many fires already burning. There are fires in Kahnawake that have been burning in solidarity. There have been fires going for many, many days. And so on this 126th day of Land Back Lane, we stop and we acknowledge all the work that's been done, all the amazing work that's been done by Indigenous land defenders, by artists. And we look to a week where we can all start to change the playbook, where we can start to work together. And I'm really happy that this event has been able to happen tonight, despite the rain, despite the slush. Thank you so much, Tom, for doing this. Yeah. We're going to now be watching a video put together by the Tiny House Warriors, who are in Secwepemc, trying to keep what is essentially man camps and continued destruction of the land, continued bulldozing under pandemic conditions. And so we're going to watch a video right now that is calling us to listen to that. Right, thank you.
The Indigenous people of the land have been under attack since the first invaders landed on our shores.
We have been defending our lands
and protecting our waters for generations.
We have never stopped and we never will.
Our laws demand that we uphold our sacred responsibilities,
not only for ourselves, but for the next 7 generations.
Our fight and love for our land
is what connects all Indigenous people.
From coast to coast, we stand united. We must defend our relatives that are under attack by these invaders.
Invaders that intend on destroying our land and water for profit and impeding our rights to be free people.
As Indigenous grassroots people on the front lines,
we call on you to join us in solidarity.
From November 23rd to November 29th, as a national call to action
to support and respect our sovereignty.
We call on you to demand justice for our people,
to hold the companies committing genocide accountable,
through direct action and rallies where you are.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
We are united. We will fight together.
I'm happy everybody's here. I'm happy for everybody who's contributed. I'm happy for all the people who are looking after our needs here with the sound and everything, for all the support that we have in behind us. As you can see, everybody's here and giving that good energy forward. And that's what the medicines are for. Our medicines come from 4 different directions of people here on Turtle Island in North America. Many use different ones for their ceremonial purposes. For us as the Haudenosaunee, we use tobacco. Our Anishinaabe brothers and sisters who have shared this land with us for eternity. For them, they use sage. In the prairies, they use the sweetgrass. In the north, we use the cedar. Those are our 4 sacred medicines that we have. And I was told by one of my mentors that we don't really need the medicines when we don't have access to them. That connection between us and Creator is only between us, and all we have to do is ask from our hearts for what it is that we need, not what we want, what we need in order to get through our day our moments sometimes. So I'm going to take a little bit of these 4 medicines which are already collected, and I'm going to put them into the fire to represent all the prayers. There's ones who not only don't know how but can't, or don't have a fire to them, close to them, and able to put medicines into the fire. And this will represent that prayer for all of us. So we'll just take a few seconds here and just think about what it is you like to see for yourself moving forward as a human being who lives in this country, in this world, the way that we do now. Say it for those ones who need that help standing up. Say it for those ones who could use a little bit of love in their lives. And we can all use that every day. Analunko, we say, I to you, I give you my energy freely, forever. You know, that's our word that we use for I love you. It has so much more meaning in there. So I'm going to offer this medicine for those that can't, and for all of you at home who don't have that fire around you. Or if you do, like I said, just say it. Use your left hand. Your left hand is closest to your heart. Just think it. It's our thoughts are the most powerful things that we have as human beings. No.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you all for being with us this afternoon. And thanks for some friends on the street for joining us too. And Kearns for giving us this front lawn of theirs. This is really nice. We're going to ask you to light a candle, light a fire, make a sign supporting 1492 Land Back Lane. Post it on your social media. Show Canada and the rest of the world that the land defenders in Caledonia are not standing alone, that their support and the heart that they have has spread right across this land. Thank you very much.
We are
Thank you. Everybody wave. Thank you all.
Probably go home.
Tell them thank you and then they can go.
Okay, we're already off.